Hey everybody, I'm Doug, that's Conor, and you're listening to the Bethel School District Presents podcast. You're also listening to the penultimate episode of this season, and today we're talking with two of our amazing seniors who are crossing the graduation stage. One of them, as we speak, as this episode drops. We'll get to them in just a minute, but first, of course, you know how we do it, Conor. Useless trivia. What do you got for us this week?
Well, considering we are officially getting into summertime and the weather's getting amazing, my favorite thing to do out there is barbecue. So it got me thinking a little bit about useless barbecue trivia. And did you know, Douglas, that you can thank the pioneer of the assembly line for those uniform charcoal briquettes that you buy at the store? So the story is in 1920s, Henry Ford's car manufacturing plants were generating tons of leftover wood and scraps and sawdust. He didn't want that to go to waste, and he wanted to make a little money on it. So he teamed up with a man named E.G. Kingsford to turn that waste into charcoal lumps. So Ford originally sold the charcoal through his car dealerships. Eventually, the company was sold and renamed Kingsford Charcoal, which is still the biggest charcoal brand in the U.S. today.
Well, that is a fantastic piece of summertime trivia, Conor. I love that. I know you're a big barbecue guy in the backyard. My favorite kind of charcoal is propane. Now, what is your source this week, sir?
Well, I went straight to the horse's mouth on that one. I got it from Kingsford.com. Douglas, regale us with your useless trivia this week.
Yeah, one of my favorite things to do on this podcast is to bore the pants off of you with random historical oddities that I happen across. And I happened to be in the city of Davenport, Iowa recently, looking across the water at what they call the Government Bridge. It's been there since 1896 and is still standing. It has room for 2 trains to go across the top and a place on the bottom for people to drive across to the Rock Island Armory. But this is not my useless trivia, Conor. We're going back multiple, and you can see I have pictures here from the museum where I saw this. So that's the 4th bridge. The 3rd bridge was also made out of metal, but only had 1 railroad across it. The 2nd bridge was made out of wood. Tornado hit that one. So let's go back to the 1st bridge, and this is where my useless trivia is. From 1856 to 1866, 10-year span, the 1st bridge was put up to get folks over to Rock Island Armory, and within 2 weeks, a steamboat hit it and messed the whole thing up. There was a huge lawsuit. My useless trivia is one of the lawyers in that lawsuit was Abraham Lincoln.
No kidding. Honest Abe. That's something. Well, the real question is, what was so special that they needed a train to go over to Rock Armor Island?
Rock Island Armory. You're really close. So currently, Rock Island Armory is the only place in the United States where the Army owns and operates its own active foundry. And that goes back to even World War I, where they made tanks, they made howitzers. They're still making howitzers. In fact, it's the main manufacturing place for that in the continental United States. And they're also making gun mounts for M1 Abrams tanks and other armored vehicles. But the history of the Army on this island goes way back, and I'm not going to get into all the details about that, but it was used as a prisoner of war camp. I think I'll save that to bore you with on another day, Conor.
Yeah, if those walls could talk, there's a lot of history over there at Rock Armory Islandville, whatever.
So close. Well, Conor, speaking of history, you stopped by Spanaway Lake High School where students are making history. We have some outstanding seniors there getting ready to cross the graduation stage next week, and you got to talk to a senior named Ochumba.
Let's get started. What is your favorite class, or what has been your favorite class here?
My top favorite class has to be AP US History. That class was so fun. I know it's an AP class, and sometimes AP class can be dreading, but that class was really fun. I learned a lot of content and knowledge that I use till this day. So that class was really fun.
That sounds awesome. That sounds like a fun class. Any special activities or awards you've won as a student here?
I have to say one of my top special activities has to be the club I made my freshman year when I first came to Spanaway Lake High School. I made the club called ASA, African Student Association, and it's just a club that holds very dear in my heart. I feel like we've made a lot of progress, especially for a new club. It made a lot of progress, and I feel like it opened to a lot of new things that we didn't do before I made ASA. We volunteer to middle schools, elementary schools, and I think that also touched my heart as well. It's just seeing kids engage in African cultures. I am a Running Start student, and I have been on the dean's list at least 3 times and even more. So I think that's very special to me, especially for our college that's not connected to Spanaway Lake High School. So I feel that's an achievement that I'm really proud of as well.
Absolutely. Those are both amazing achievements. Leaving your mark here. I love that. What have you enjoyed most about your time here at Spanaway Lake High School?
This might seem a little cheesy or a little bit scripted, but I really did. I enjoy my knowledge I'm able to get. I feel like going to school is such a privilege, and I think I really like the knowledge. As I said, I took AP US History and other AP classes that really set me up for success in my Running Start classes that like really opened my eyes to a lot of real world and current news and stuff. So,
Very cool. And what makes this school special?
I don't mean to be biased since I'm a club leader myself, but really just the clubs. I don't know if I've seen any other high school have so many different ethnic clubs. I really think Spanaway Lake High School is really special because of those. You have a representation for each different race and ethnicity, and I feel like if you're a freshman coming into high school, I think that's the main things you can look for is a club that represents you so you don't feel alone.
Very cool. All right, now we're getting to the tough ones. Here's the lightning round here. So what's your least favorite food?
Probably tomato soup.
All right. Do you have any pets?
I have one, or actually I have two. I have one leopard gecko, his name is Cornelius, and I have a dog named Magic.
Love that. Are you reading any books right now or anything you can recommend?
No, I'm usually an online reader. Sorry.
What's your dream spring break travel destination?
I really want to go to France. On my dad's side, they speak French. Also, shout out to Miss Tolson, my French teacher. She's a really good teacher, so everyone needs to take French. And I really want to go to France. I think they have so many like different African infusion foods and stuff. I already went to New York, which was also my one of my top places I want to go. And now it's just France.
Nice. You're knocking them off the bucket list already, even as a youngster. So, okay. Any TV show, YouTube series, podcast series you're watching or listening to right now?
I'm really enjoying Smiling Friends. That TV show is so cool. I think it's only because it has like a lot of awkward scenes.
Besides getting over to France, anything on your bucket list you want to do?
Okay, this also might sound a little cheesy as well, but I feel like it's so important to live in now, like in your moment, because I feel like when I was a freshman, the biggest mistake I made was not being a kid or not just being a teen, because I immediately went into AP World History as my freshman year. I immediately did so many things that I actually didn't really even have to. I mean, it helped me now, but I kind of wish that I just been a kid and just did a lot of kid stuff. So I feel like now that like I'm going to graduate soon, I want to do like a lot of kid stuff. I want to go to concerts. I want to go to that coffee shop alone. I want to go experience so many different things that maybe I have to do alone or maybe with friends.
Okay, here's the last one. If you had to sing karaoke in front of the entire school, what song are you picking?
I think I'm going to have to choose When Can I See You Again by Owl City. I've been singing that every single day. Like, I've been obsessed with that song. So, yeah, I'll probably sing that.
Love that. Well, Chamba, thank you so much and good luck in the future.
Thank you.
Great interview, Conor. I love hearing from our seniors and what the future holds for them. She mentioned going to France, and it made me think of a time that I was actually in France, and I was there at an odd time when a lot of the bakeries were actually closed. And as an extra piece of useless trivia, did you know until 2015 there was a centuries-old law stating that all bakers in Paris had to report to the authorities when they wanted to go on vacation?
I didn't know that. Why is that? Makes no sense.
Well, the city needs fresh bread, Conor. I need fresh bread. I can't have all my bakers out of town at the same time. So the bakers were split into two groups. Half could vacation in July. The other half could go in August. It sounds like it's made up, but it's not. It actually goes all the way back to the French Revolution.
That's bizarre, and now I really want a baguette.
I don't blame you. Let me stop distracting you from the show so we can get to the end, and we'll go find that baguette and maybe a cup of coffee too. Our next senior that we're going to meet is no stranger to the podcast. See if you recognize this familiar voice from Challenger High School. And in fact, they are crossing the graduation stage today. Let's hear from him.
I am here at Challenger High School with senior extraordinaire Jacques. If that name sounds familiar to our good listeners, it's because he was actually a guest on the show earlier this year, so 2 times in one season. Not bad, Jacques. I'm going to start out with, what's your favorite class?
My favorite class right now, I'd have to say, is PE with Mr. Jackson.
All right. Shout out, Mr. Jackson. And here's any special activities or awards you've earned. And since I sort of know your background, just take a deep breath, try to get them all out at once because it's going to be about 5 minutes, I think. Jacques got a pretty hefty resume, but I'm going to let you tell him.
Yeah, I've gotten an honors roll or principals list every year since freshman year, attendance award every quarter. I'm also part of the school board representatives in SSLC. Also part of the multicultural club in my school, student voice team at my school, and skill center for pre-physical therapy. And that's all I can think of right now.
Probably got like 5 more, but when you're doing that much, it's easy to forget some of them. All right, what are your plans after graduation?
My plans after high school, I want to go to college or barber school. I've recently got the opportunity to speak to some people from a barber school, and it sounds like a really good opportunity for me.
Nice. What have you enjoyed most about being a student here at Challenger?
I've enjoyed like the freedom we have. I think it's very like relaxed and it's not too strict to the point where you don't want to be here. I think I always want to be here.
And you touched on it right there, but what makes this school so special?
I think just the environment, seeing everybody like in the hallways laughing, having a good time. The teachers are always friendly, and it's just a good community all around.
Agreed. And we're going to jump right into the lightning round here. What's your least favorite food?
Least favorite food? It had to be Brussels sprouts. Anything green, can't do it.
Oh, you're missing out. Someone someday is going to prepare Brussels sprouts the perfect way for you, and you're going to see the error of your ways. Any pets?
Nah, no pets.
Any books you're reading right now, or any recent books you have recommendations for?
No, not any books right now. I don't remember the last time I actually wanted to pick up a book.
Somebody get Jacques a good book so he can develop that love for reading. What's your dream spring break travel destination?
Anywhere on the water. I just want to be in the Bahamas, somewhere far, far away from everybody else.
What's a TV show, YouTube show, podcast series you're watching or listening to right now?
I'm rewatching Forever. It's a show on Netflix, waiting for that season 2 to come out.
One thing on your bucket list that you just know you got to do.
I really want to go parasailing over the water.
Okay. If you had to sing karaoke in front of the entire school, what song are you picking?
If I absolutely had to, I would have to do From Time by Drake and Janae Aiko.
That'd be a winner. Crowd pleaser there. Well, Jacques, thank you so much and good luck in the future.
All right. Thank you.
Well, thank you again to Jacques and Ochumba for joining the show today, and we have 3 more seniors for you to meet next week. That will be our last episode of the season. If you like what you heard today, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share it with a friend, and we'll be back next week.